This Korean drama aired in 2019, a romance drama that's all about love and luxury. It's the tale of a South Korean heiress who accidentally lands in North Korea. Over there, a dashing North Korean officer finds her and keeps her hidden. What follows is a whirlwind romance that leaps off the screen. And guess what? The leads in the show made it real off screen too. Today, let's dive into this love story, crash landing on you. The heroine, Yoon Se-ri, is the baby of a wealthy South Korean family. Bodyguards galore. Assistants a must, she's never alone. Every entrance, she makes turns heads, capturing all the attention. And she's not just any heiress. She's a business mogul with her own brand. A trending topic, she shrugs off scandals, only fussing over how fab she looks in photos. A real workaholic, always putting her brand first. Her dad got nabbed for breaking some finance laws, but today, he's walking free. To celebrate, the family's together, acting all sweet but secretly scheming. They're a cunning bunch, each with their own agenda. While they're bickering away, she strides in, all commanding. She grabs everyone's attention as she joins the dinner table. For her, coming home is just another day at the office, totally emotionless. After a quick hello to her dad, she's ready to jet. But then, plot twist, Dad announces right there, in front of everyone, that Se-ri is the new heir to the throne. Cue the shock and awe from the crowd. Even Se-ri's like, what? Really? She turns to look at her dad, who starts explaining. Se-ri's been out there, hustling for 10 years, unlike her two good-for-nothing brothers. He's sure she's the one who can handle the family biz. She scans the table, eyes landing on Mom. Mom's shaking her head, like, don't do it. But Se-ri, she's not playing Mom's game. She accepts Dad's offer and bounces, not letting the mood sour. But inside, Se-ri's mind is a whirlwind, far from calm. Then Mom comes knocking, trying to talk Se-ri out of the inheritance. Looks like mother-daughter bonding isn't exactly their strong suit. Today's the big day for Se-ri's company testing their extreme sports gear, with a board meeting looming. Dad's gonna make his big announcement. Se-ri's pumped to jump into action herself. Her team warns her about some funky winds, but she's too jazzed to care. She's like, a little wind, perfect. I'll soar even higher. Everything's set, and Se-ri takes off on her paraglider. Up in the sky, the view is killer, she's loving every second. Spinning around, totally blissed out. She suddenly spots a tractor, a tractor flying in the sky. A bit slow in the uptake, she finally notices the weather going bonkers. Dark clouds, lightning, thunder, and, oh snap, a tornado's heading her way. Next thing she knows, she's spiraling out of control, right into a beehive. And guess where she lands? Right near the North-South Korean demilitarized zone. Enter our dashing male lead, Jang Yak, a second-gen military man. During a mission, gunshots grab his attention, and he heads over to a North Korean military zone. Turns out, there's a clash between some treasure-hunting grave robbers and the South Korean army. Things were about to simmer down, but the criminals weren't going down without a fight. Jang Yak jumps in, quickly overpowering them. Meanwhile, Se-ri, caught in the tornado, luckily lands in a tree. As the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. She wakes up the next morning, alone in the woods. Frantically, she tries to call for help. By chance, Jang Yak hears her cries. He finds Se-ri, still chattering into her walkie-talkie, heartbroken by the silence on the other end. Seeing her like this, Jang Yak can't help but find her kinda cute, and his guard drops. When Se-ri finally notices him, she's over the moon, but Jang Yak points his gun at her. Se-ri notices the insignia on his uniform and realizes something's off. Following his orders, she unbuckles her harness, but tumbles down, right into Jang Hyuk's arms, leaving him stiff and clueless. Jang Hyuk breaks the news. She's in North Korea. Se-ri thinks he's joking. As for her illegal entry, Jang Hyuk's ready to handle it by the book. Se-ri desperately tries to explain, but he's unmoved. She carefully backs away, ready to bolt. He doesn't stand a chance, she's off like a shot, but Jang Hyuk yells, landmines ahead. Se-ri freezes, and he tells her he's an expert in this field. Without his help, she's not escaping. But then, reality bites literally. Jang Yak steps on a landmine and, in typical macho style, won't admit it. Se-ri, sharp as a tack, spots it right away. Jang Yak tries to radio his team, but oops, the walkie-talkie takes a dive into the water. Se-ri picks it up, but instead of handing it over, she lets it float towards him, buying time for her escape. Good guy Jang Yak still warns her about the mines and even gives her an escape route. So, Se-ri takes off, running like there's no tomorrow. But she's chased by Squad 5, and, talk about bad luck, she runs straight into a notorious minefield. Bold as brass, she keeps running through it. Then, a drunk soldier aims his gun at her, but she hops over a fence just in time. Another soldier, totally hooked on a Korean drama, misses her, giving her another lucky break. Se-ri tumbles down a hill in her mad dash, gets up, and keeps going, pain and all. Meanwhile, in the reeds, another soldier is too busy reading a letter from mom to notice her. Se-ri is like a magnet for inept teammates. She finally spots a village at night, thinking she's back in South Korea. She's over the moon, but then realizes the village is super old school, no power at night, no phones, no internet, just tough living. She's about to be caught when Jang Yak swoops in to save the day. In this strange land, Se-ri tries everything charm, cuteness to get Jang Yak to help her get home. He's torn. Follow the law or let her go. Kind-hearted Jang Yak takes her home, where he's busy making handmade noodles. Se-ri, suspicious of poison, uses Korean table manners as an excuse to make him taste it first. Busted. Then Squad 5 shows up at Jang-hyuk's house and surprise. They find Se-ri. Her rival means big trouble for them. Jeju threatens to bury her alive in a scenic spot, but Se-ri's not a pushover. She fights back. Now they're all in the same boat, no matter what they choose, risks abound. After much discussion, they decide to send Se-ri back to South Korea by sea and land in 3 days. In the meantime, she's grounded. No going out, no promoting South Korea, and she must keep mum about her North Korean adventure. Se-ri agrees without hesitation, with just one condition: she needs meat. She's a carnivore through and through, usually having meat in 2 of her 3 daily meals. Jang Yak pulls out some meat from a salt jar, no fridges here, so that's how they keep me fresh. Pickles are stored in kimchi pots, and every house has one. Se-ri is fascinated by all this. Yoon watches Jang Yak grilling meat, thinking how cool briquettes are. Back in his hometown, they used fallen leaves and weeds for fire. Jang Yak believes that one day, North Korean villages will modernize. Se-ri mocks this idea. Jang Yak tells her they're heading back to the uni after dinner and warns her to keep her identity secret. If she needs anything urgent, she can call, directly connecting to Azinat's office. Se-ri says she won't call often, only in emergencies. But back in the office, Jang-hyuk's phone is ringing off the hook. It's Se-ri. She wants everything. Shower gel, shampoo, even scented candles. It's driving him nuts. The village's amenities are basic at best, no hot water. So, Se-ri heats water herself for a bath, limping as she carries it to her room. She sets up the bath cover as Jang Yak instructed, and finally, she can enjoy a nice hot bath. But right after her bath, the power goes out, leaving her in pitch darkness. She calls Jang Yak, but no answer. Suddenly, someone enters the room. Terrified, Se-ri grabs a flower pot, ready to throw it, but it's Jang Yak. He's brought her candles. Feeling overwhelmed, Se-ri breaks down in tears, crying louder and louder. Kind-hearted Jang Yak extinguishes the candles, letting her vent. He comforts her, assuring her things will get better. Before leaving, he hands her a bag. After he's gone, Se-ri checks its shampoo, shower gel, essential oils, even underwear and disinfectant. Jang Yak heads to Pyongyang to investigate the tomb robber's death. Right off the train, he's whisked away by the Security Command's investigation team and detained. During the Tomb Raider case, Jang Yak and the investigators have a heated argument, just as things are about to escalate. A high-ranking officer arrives and rescues him. Turns out, Jang Yak is the only surviving son of the chief of the General Political Bureau. He once had a brother who died in an accident. Jang Yak shares his suspicions with the officer. He thinks the Tomb Raider's accident is linked. Two of his brothers both involved Russian trucks, and all related witnesses died. Despite rumors of a Russian truck squadron, the Security Bureau didn't investigate further. Jang Yak also confirmed there were no nearby surveillance cameras, and 4 black trucks passed through around the time of the accident. Meanwhile, Officer Zhao truck is preparing for a surprise inspection in the village. Squad 5 hears this and tries to warn Jang Yak, but he can't be reached because Se-ri was instructed not to answer outside calls. The inspection is in full swing, nearing Jeong-hyeok's house. Zhao truck arrives just as Se-ri is relaxing at home, flipping through Jeong-hyeok's books and finding a piano score. Startled by the knocking, she's clueless about the inspection. When no one answers, Zhao truck orders his men to break in. They find a still warm teacup. The security team searches everywhere for the intruder, finally dragging Se-ri out of the kimchi cellar.